of how much wealth, assets, and material possessions we may acquire for comfort in our life, the real wealth lies in our health. We have often heard this saying, but in the hustle and bustle of our lives, we have somewhere forgotten it. It has been noticed of late that the majority of our wellness-related problems are due to the wrong lifestyle. Crack the Wellness Code, or CWC as it is commonly known, has its origin in the health hero story of its founder, Mr. Naren Bakshi, a serial entrepreneur of Indian origin in Silicon Valley. He was able to reverse his lifestyle diseases like diabetes, sleep apnea, and obesity by making lifestyle corrections that were backed by ancient Vedic wisdom and Western scientific research. This led to the establishment of India chapter in June 2020, with Wing Commander V.K. Kala leading the Indian operations. With full support from India Community Center and CWC Global in Silicon Valley. This received due adulation from the Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Ashok Gehlot and the then Health Minister of Rajasthan Dr. Raghu Sharma. The encouraging feedback led to the formation of the Indus Wellness Code Trust in April 2021 and finally registered as a Section 8 company under the Companies Act by the name My Crack the Wellness Code Foundation in July 2022. CWC has a dedicated full-time team, doctor patrons and volunteers with a total focus on wellness. The initiative has conducted more than 50 webinars on various dimensions of wellness such as physical, mental, emotional, and occupational wellness, and so on, with experts from around the globe, including Stanford and Harvard University. Our Wellness Resource Center was established at Mr. Naren Bakshi's ancestral property to run regular wellness activities such as wellness-based events, knowledge and yoga sessions, support group interactions, access to wellness library, and so on. It is located at a prominent commercial hub at Jaipur. Various eminent educational institutions, corporates, and other not-for-profit organizations are already associated with us to work together on spreading the wellness message. This foundation firmly believes that we must take care of our body and mind, as this is the place where we have to spend our entire life. Wellness means that to the extent possible, we should follow good habits in our life so that we remain healthy in all aspects and live our life to the fullest. Healthy mind and thoughts reside in a healthy body. And if we want to live a happy life, then we shouldn't ever let it fall sick. The goal of My CWC Foundation is to bring wellness to the lives of 50 lakh people in 5 years. And for this, our mantra is E, educate, I, inspire, E, empower, and I, impact. The Indian chapter of CWC, just like CWC Global, is committed to working on the reversal of lifestyle disorders related to heart, obesity, diabetes, cancer, and mental and behavioral health. Today, India is doing well in various sectors, but when it comes to Global Wellness Index, India ranks fairly low. It is high time that we Indians claim our rightful place in the Health and Wellness Index, and we are sure that we will make an impact there. So, let us all unite and join this cause of a better India, a wellness-oriented India.
A very warm good morning to all of you. And I need to say a warm good morning because rains are back and the chill seems to have set in. And where we are doing it here from Jaipur is pretty cold once again. On behalf of Crack the Wellness Code, the India chapter, and Mohan Foundation Jaipur Citizen Forum, I, Dr. Anita, welcome all of you to the second session of Eye Care. As you're all aware, we did eye care for the aging eyes in our last session. And today we'll be talking about how the youth and the young professionals can have good eyes, which means good health of the eyes, good eyesight, and even those which look good, which is a very, very important part today. And our next session will be about eye care for our young children, how we can ensure to set them on the right path as they move on forward. It is my privilege to introduce the expert for this session, Dr. Swati Tomar. Dr. Swati is Honorary Director, Swanetra Hospital, Jaipur. She is professor and unit head in the Department of Ophthalmology, NIMS Medical College, Rajasthan. And for 15 years, she has been the honorary medical director for Eye Bank Society of Rajasthan. She has worked extensively and exhaustively promoting the cause of organ donation. Dr. Swati, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, before we jump right in about eye care for young professionals, I'm going to be asking you about that. When we say a working professional, we are actually talking about a young person who, not for enjoyment, not for, just a time pass, is spending a lot of screen time. We're talking people like us who have to work on the computer screen or on their phones for something like 7 to 8 hours minimum a day. And of course, it is leaving a certain stress on the eyes. Today, we will talk about that. And before, exactly when I start that, my first question to you is going to be that what is this? Somebody told me that, I had this problem, eye fatigue and watery eyes. And by the time I go home, I would feel there is, absolutely that. And I just want to open my eyes anymore. Or they said, oh, you're suffering from the computer vision syndrome. I said, wonderful. That makes me feel so much better. But right now. So my first question to you is that, for the young professionals who have a lot of screen time, is the computer vision syndrome, is it a part of their lives? And what exactly is it? It helps us when we know कि भाई हमें हुआ क्या है, भाई हुआ है ये हमें पता है, पर पता तो चले हुआ क्या है.
Exactly. Thank you so much for having me here today. And I would like to say that there is a computer vision syndrome which exists, but you need to understand exactly what it is. And the best way is that all those professionals who have been working on the computer, and I would say now not only professionals, all those who are on the screens for a very long period of time, about 8 to 6 hours a day, or maybe more a lot of times, and they usually suffer from this computer vision syndrome. This is not exactly working on computers. It could be working on any digital screen, like it could be on your mobile phones, it could be on your big TVs or the computer screens. So this happens when you have a prolonged exposure to these radiations that generate from the screen, and that gives you a lot of symptoms, like, as you said, that there could be symptoms like dry eyes, sore eyes, fatigued eyes, symptoms like I get headaches, I get neck pain, I get body pains. So all these symptoms have a variety of range. They can be just frequent blinking to having a body pain and a neck pain and inability to work, or inability to, that kind of feeling depressed to work. So it could range, it is a wide range of symptoms that we see when we are working for longer hours.
That's absolutely very nicely explained, Dr. Swati. लेकिन हमारा एक बहुत basic point ये है that eyes are a very very core part of our lives, as we understand,
Yes.
and हम लोग तो हंसते हैं कि भाई ये आंखें एक ऐसी चीज हैं जो कि चाहे वो डॉक्टर्स हो, चाहे वो आम आदमी हो, चाहे बॉलीवुड हो, और चाहे हमारे पॉलिटिशियंस हो, तो सबको बताया जाता है कि आई कांटेक्ट इतनी देर करें यंग प्रोफेशनल्स को, मतलब इवन इन अ डे टू डे लाइफ. और बॉलीवुड का तो मतलब पीछे मैं कहीं पर हम लोग पढ़ने लग रहे थे, उसके बारे में सुन रहे थे कि अभी वो आजकल वो गाना आ रहा है कि तेरे नैनो का क्या कसूर है ना. तो किसी ने बोला कहते आजकल आंखों पे बहुत गाने आ रहे हैं, तो हमारे साथ हमारे फादर बैठे हुए थे, तो वो गाने लगे कि तेरी आंखों के सिवा दुनिया में रखा क्या है. So जब हमारी आंखें इतनी जरूरी हैं डॉक्टर साहब, for our life, for our day to day, for everything, tell me something else. मुझे तो काम करना है जी, जिंदगी तो चलानी है ना, घर का राशन पानी तो करना ही है. तो क्या करें हम लोग कि हमारे को कंप्यूटर पे काम करते हुए भी हम लोग कहीं ना कहीं अपनी आईज को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकें. मतलब यहाँ तो ये हाल है कि भी ईमेल्स के साथ में हमको ई स्ट्रेन हो रहा है, ठीक है. How do we minimize it one by one? Please tell us a few tips for all these youth who have joined us today, the young professionals, people from all walks of life who want to know how to give some rest to their eyes.
So the ideal way to start with, what precautions that you must follow when you are too much on the screens, which you, as you said, we can't really avoid. First is that always keep a distance of about 25 inches to 30 inches from your screen. Don't be too much into the screen. Like even if you are checking emails on a mobile or a desktop or a laptop, you should be at least 30 inches away. So which gives an adequate space to see the screen. Secondly, you should give, there's a rule of 20-20-20, which you would see in the Google all the time, like 20-20-20. So if you're working for like 20 minutes at a stretch, try and give a 20 seconds break.
अच्छा, वो शुक्र है आपने 20 सेकंड बता दिया. मैंने कहा 20 मिनट्स के बाद 20 मिनट्स का ब्रेक चाहिए, तो वो शाम तक आपका लिविंग लेटर आ जाएगा कि भैया ऐसा करो, तुम आके ही रेस्ट करो.
Life is getting tougher then, yeah. So and we try and look something 20 feet apart or distant viewing. So, or you can just get up after 20 to 30 minutes and just walk around your office. Just walk around, because there are a lot of body postures that we assume when we are looking at the screen without knowing that we are actually getting affected by those neck bending and spine bending. So a lot of professionals, they come later on with their life with their spine problems and neck problems and not following a proper seating pattern. So that gives you an edge that you are relaxing your eyes as well as you're moving your body. So आप जो है घूमते हैं अपने ऑफिस में, तो you tend to keep and see away. Secondly, thirdly,
ma'am, Dr. Swati, I'll just interrupt you. So 20 minutes of screen time,
20
followed
seconds.
by 20 seconds of a break, and then you should try to look at something
20
far
feet
away
apart.
to 20 feet. तो ताकि आपका वो एक थोड़ा सा मतलब गैप
Yes.
वाला भी आईज का जो है स्क्रीन near to far हो जाए. Right. Fine. Yes, ma'am. Second tip, please.
Yeah, and almost 20 to 30 inches away from the screen. So it is like 20-20-20-20, easy to remember. Secondly, that you should also see that when you are too much into this, then you tend to blink a little less. That can give you sore eyes. So make a conscious effort to blink more, or you take your eyes off the screen, and when you close, or if you are getting this dry like redness and watering, then you can put in some drops which are artificial tears, but with a prescription, I would again say, and not without a prescription. You can put some drops and keep your eyes closed. So that is another way of protecting your eyes. Fourthly, what you can do is that you should be in ambient light. So if your office is near a window, like you have a seating which is near a window which has ample of natural light, so not the artificial light, but if you can afford to have natural light, please put on, do not put on the covers of the window, take off the curtains, and you should be in ambient natural light. But if you cannot be in an ambient natural light, then you can have any light, that a table desk lamp, or light above you, which can help you with the not too dim conditions, I should say. So you should be in ambient lighting conditions. Yellow light is supposedly the best light to have a computer screen. When you are in the office, you should have a yellow light. Usually you should try and get a yellow light above, or a yellow table lamp near your screen. That gives you an ample exposure to your keyboard and mouse and other paperwork that you would do along with your computer screen. And also you should be well aware that when you are doing all this, then you should have those contrast which should be reduced on the screen. The brightness of the screen should be reduced, because see, a lot of times a too bright a light could also give you a lot of problem to the eyes. So if you reduce your contrast or brightness to a little less, then you would be easier reading the emails and other things. Also,
मतलब आप ये कह रहे हैं that I'm sorry, outside light should be bright enough, yellow, focused, but आप अपने screens को ज्यादा हम लोग bright नहीं रखें. True, exactly. Makes sense. Right.
So the contrast and the brightness can be reduced as per your convenience. You do not have to work in too much of bright light. Also, when you're reaching 40, then obviously you're losing some kind of accommodation, the ability to see for near. जैसे हम पास का देखने की कोशिश करते हैं, that ability goes down to see for near, and we try to squint our eyes and come closer to the screen to watch that. So don't strain your eyes for anything. Your font size or your computer screen size or the letters that you are reading in the email can be adjusted. They can be a little bigger, so that you don't have to squeeze or kind of get closer to the screen to watch the same thing. So increase this font also, so that will give you an ample and so that you can be a little farther away from the screen to see the same.
True,
So,
true. Because when we the smaller, we'll bring it closer. नहीं, मैं तो जी मेरे तो फोन का साइज का फॉन्ट का साइज इतना बड़ा है कि मेरे को लगता है पीछे वाला आराम से मेरे मैसेज पढ़ लेता होगा. But yes, we should use technology wherever we can. That makes so much sense. Makes so much sense.
Right. And like you said, that when you're using your phone, so again, the brightness and contrast can be adjusted in that. So that gives a little relaxation.
Dr. Swati, we hear a lot about anti-glare screens also. So now I'm going to ask anti-glare in reference to two things. पहली चीज तो क्या कंप्यूटर के ऊपर मैंने कई बार देखा है लोगों के कंप्यूटर्स या लैपटॉप के ऊपर वो लोग कुछ एक सेकंड स्क्रीन लगा देते हैं. एंड सेकंड इज दैट एंटी-ग्लेयर स्पेक्टिकल्स. हाउ मच डू दीज थिंग्स हेल्प?
It's a very important question. A lot of people come and ask that should we put an anti-glare screen on our desktops? So I would not say they are completely, you should not use it or you should use it. There is nothing like an all and none phenomena in this. The only thing that you should be aware that how much problem your screen is giving to your eyes. If you are comfortable by reducing your contrast and sensitivity and other things that you are taking care, and if you are comfortable, there is no need to put an anti-glare screen over and above that. But there are certain individuals who are, inherently dry-eyed. Also, there are certain young diabetics who are inherently unki aankhein thodi sukhi hui hoti hai, because, and also a lot of people are in the AC room all the time. They are in the offices, which Rajasthan is a tropical city. So we have a lot of AC which works throughout the day, except for winters. Then we do not come out at all. So in these conditions, the eye tends to get a little drier. So in those patients, it's very important that if you put a contrast screen or if we put an over attached screen, which reduces an anti-glare kind of a thing, then it does help. It does help you, but it is not cutting off your damage to the retina that it is causing because of the radiation. So it is not cutting the radiation. It is just
kind of
making
giving you
your
a
eyes,
surface easer on this thing. And do anti-glare spectacles also help in the same?
So there are variety of anti-glare spectacles, and lot of this is that like a blue cut lenses or this. So I should tell you that yellow light, as I said, is the best light. So anything which is in yellow is definitely helpful because it cuts the blue light. So anything which is in blue is harmful for the retina. So, not for the eyes, but for the retina also. So what we need to understand is that it again, all these anti-glare lenses or blue cut lenses or CR39 lenses or all those lenses that claim that we are reducing the light, they definitely are reducing light, but the point is that they are not knocking off the whole glare or radiation or this to 100%. They would cut off the light by 20 to 30%. So anyways,
and sometimes we start thinking that we are using this, so we become a little careless about the other things that we should be taking care of. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
So Dr. Swati, you said that of course it is better to work in natural light rather than in artificial light. You have explained to us also about how we should use yellow table lamps and everything else. So tell me something that I'm just taking this a little away from the screen time for as such. Even in the house nowadays, we are using मेजॉरिटी देखो व्हाइट ट्यूबलाइट्स वगैरह आ रही हैं, तो क्या हमारे को हमारे घरों में भी जो बेसिक लाइटिंग है उसको येलोइश रखना चाहिए फॉर अ जनरल ईज एंड काइंड ऑफ अ हैप्पियर एटमॉस्फेयर बिकॉज it is more positive?
So it just depends on your personal choice, because when you are living in the house, you are basically majorly seeing for distance and near both. So it is not actually transforming any eye changes as such. It's particularly when you're looking on the screen, or you're exposed to the radiation from the screen, or you have a big home theater that emits a lot of radiations to you directly. So that is when you tend to keep the lightning, as per the convenience. But definitely yellow light, the light kinds of helps you with, it doesn't tax you too much when you are inside the home also. So it's a personal choice basically, but inside the home, I don't think so it should be too much of an importance that you should change the lights of your home just to feel comfortable.
Just to feel comfortable, right? That makes sense. And just a small point to the working professionals, like Dr. Swati said, that we should try to have as much natural light as possible. If you're sitting near a window, amazing, you can use it. And rather than drawing the blinds, maybe you can go in for those light curtains, which also filter in the light and also don't subtract from your privacy. The buildings are so close together, पता चला खुद काम कर रहे हो, साथ वाला देख रहा है, तो वो मतलब सेकेंडरी इश्यूज नहीं चाहिए ना कि वो नैनो से नैना लागे रहे, वो भी नहीं होना चाहिए, है कि नहीं? So Dr. Swati, now I'm going to come to another very important point, that contact lenses are very, very common nowadays, right? And unfortunately, many a times, I mean, we at least, we Indians suffer from this ki एक बार चले गए, एक बार कॉन्टैक्ट लेंस का डॉक्टर के पास कर लिया, फिर उसके बाद कोई मतलब ही नहीं रखना है, एंड वी आर केयरलेस. आई एक्चुअली रिमेंबर रीडिंग अ न्यूज आर्टिकल वेयर दिस वुमन हैड just kept on putting contact lenses and forgot to remove them or something. It was pretty horrifying. So contact lenses, we'll talk about what are their pros and cons, and who should generally go in for contact lenses rather than spectacles, and for what reasons. Beauty, of course, is a reason, comfort is a reason, but we could like to have the pros and cons from you, Dr. Swati.
See, contact lenses are in and they're trendy. I mean, that's what the young generation says. It's trendy. I want to wear contact. I don't like glasses. And sometimes we definitely have very thick glasses, like high myopes, and they tend to see better with contact lenses. So I would say that definitely, if you are a suitable candidate for contact lenses, like you do not have a dry eye, you don't have allergy of eyes, which is very frequent with seasons. If you are not too much wearing overwear, you don't like you're wearing for 12 hours to 13 hours a day. So if you want to do that, so you are definitely not a very suitable candidate for contact lenses, but definitely you can go ahead with contact lenses. But we need to realize that for everything, for everything there is a little this that we should be very careful for anything which goes inside the eye. So it is something which is going inside the eye. So proper hygiene is very important. Like, as you said, there were like 10 to 15 contact lenses in the eye. Some people, I normally come across the entrepreneurs and all these young students, they sleep with contact lenses. They say that we have a meeting in another hour and we have slept. And when we wake up and we see the eyes all red and the contact lens is actually stuck onto the eye, and then you have to kind of take them to the operation theater and remove the contact lenses. So any kind of laxity with contact lenses is not allowed. So, but if you are a good contact lens wearer, you can take care of your eyes, you can take care of your hygiene, you can take care of changing the lenses as and when prescribed, and also changing the power of the lenses as you grow, then the power tends to change. So visiting an optometrist and an ophthalmologist for this and changing your contact lenses, like I'm wearing a monthly wear contact lenses, what happens if I wear for 35 days? No, if it is like 30 days wear, you have to discard on the 30th day. You should change the solution very frequently. You should wash the box, the case in which you keep your contact lenses. If you see any kind of allergic reaction when you wear the contact lenses, or you're tending to have a foggy vision with the contact lenses also, that's an alert sign that you should not, you should take off your lenses and take an opinion from an ophthalmologist. So contact lenses are in, but then you should be very careful with the contact lenses, and also sharing of contact lenses is not allowed. Like, we have these, as you said, colored contact lenses. So the friends tend to share that, even I want to wear a hazelnut lens, can I borrow your lens? No, you should never wear a borrowed lens, or not let others borrow your lenses also.
Dr. Swati, I'm so glad you picked up this point, because this was exactly what my next question was about. I recently, met after a couple of days, the daughter of a very dear friend of mine. and her eyes were green, you know. So पहले तो मुझे लगा, मैंने कहा यार तेरा ना उम्र के साथ ना मेमोरी भी जा रहा है कि इसका eyes green ही होगा.
Yes.
फिर मैंने कहा नहीं यार इतना तो बुरा हाल नहीं है. So then I asked, I said इनका आइस इसका पहले से ग्रीन था क्या? कहती अरे नहीं यार, किसी दिन ग्रीन होता है, किसी दिन ब्लू होता है. So she is using these on a very regular basis for you know, because she's in the fashion industry, so it's a part of that, you know. So tell me something, and they're all buying all of so much of this stuff is online. Should you seek medical advice even before, you know, doing something on a fashion whim, which you are actually going to be probably doing for 4 to 5 hours a day? So please, I mean, please guide us about that also.
See,
क्योंकि हमारे
yeah.
young professionals जो हैं वो दिन में बहुत सारा काम करते हैं और रात को बहुत सारी पार्टी भी करते हैं. तो we have to cover everything about these wonderful people and their wonderful lives.
Yeah. So see, any ophthalmologist that you go to would never advise or prescribe a colored contact lens unless you
Naturally.
need it cosmetically. You know, unless you have a white cornea or a corneal scar, then we would say, okay, you can go ahead and wear a cosmetic contact lens. But we would definitely not advise these colored contact lenses because they have these colorings and the material which can abrade your cornea if you're wearing for for a longer period of the time. But definitely these youngsters, they tend to come, and that is when what happens is that any allergic symptom that you notice, it could be any redness of the eye or any fogginess of the eye or any pain that you feel, then that is an alert sign that these cosmetic lenses are not suitable for your eye. So don't overlook, that is what I say, don't overlook all these symptoms, and do not keep, and if these colored contact lenses also have a definite lifespan. So if you have a lifespan of like 6 months, so discard these lenses. And also you should take proper care when you are actually cleaning these lenses. Too much of rubbing the lens on the hand so that, to clean it up also can abrade the colors, and can be a little on microscopic, like when we see on slit lamp, we see a lot of microscopic depositions that could occur, which could infect your eyes. So it's very important that when you are on a cosmetic then these lenses are different material and a different color. So they all are harming to the eyes if we are not taking very proper care of these lenses.
True. So the idea here is that, you can go ahead and be that wo neeli aankhon wali ladki, kathai aankhon wali ladki, go ahead, but please be very careful, do not overuse them and take proper care. And I think Dr. Swati, मेरे को एक चीज तो समझ में आ रही है कि उम्र कुछ भी हो, रेगुलर आई चेकअप शुड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइव्स, ताकि टाइम पर कोई अगर प्रॉब्लम हो तो वो पकड़ में आ सके. राइट. सो अब again, I'm just going to move forward a little bit again on this train, because also this is something which, I have also suffered. And part of my, I have been in media for a very long while, and all the time you're not able to carry your own eye makeup and your own brands. I remember once की eyeliner और कोई अवेलेबल नहीं था, तो जो हमारे पास था वो भी बहुत अच्छी क्वालिटी का था, टॉप ब्रांड का था. बट शूट तो हो गया, सारा कुछ हो गया, मैं वापस आई, क्लीन माई विद ऑयल एंड क्लीनर एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स, आईज एंड एवरीथिंग, और सो गई. और सुबह जब उठी तो माई आईज वर लाइक, I could barely open them, and it was such a severe allergic reaction. And I had to take medications for took me almost 4 to 5 days to get to normal. So पहली चीज तो बताएं कि जी मेकअप अब आज के दिन हम सबकी जिंदगी का हिस्सा हो गया है, लेकिन जैसे कई बारी आई प्रोडक्ट्स हम लोग जो यूज करते हैं उनसे इश्यूज होते हैं, तो इनमें छोटी छोटी चीजों का क्या ध्यान रखना चाहिए? चाहे आई लाइनर हुआ, काजल हुआ, आई शेडो हुआ, फॉल्स आईलैशेस पे मैं इसके बाद आऊंगी.
So when we are putting the eyeliner, that's a very important and a very genuine question that girls and everybody they ask, because they love putting the eyeliner once a while also. So when you're putting these liquid eyeliners or any kind of eyeliners, you have to be careful that you do not put on it's a beauty tip, but you should not put on the lashes or anything. You should put a little away from the lashes.
We'll take beauty tips also from you, Dr. Swati. We're good.
So you should put away from the lash line. So you have lashes there, and you should not touch those lashes when you're putting these eyeliners, because as soon as they touch the lashes, they tend to go inside the eye, because they're very too close to the eye. Any makeup, anything that you put should not cover the lash line. That is the rule of thumb for any makeup. So you can put and go ahead, and always you should be aware that if this eyeliner or this had given me any kind of redness or any kind of pain or any kind of a rash here, we should not use it. Because it tends to affect the eye, and it can cause a chemical injury to the eye also, which becomes a little serious a lot of times. Also, when you are putting on all these makeups, because there are some are powder, some are cream based, so they have these particles which tend to go inside the eye. So please be very aware that you are not rubbing your eyes when you come back home and you just take off your lenses and you start rubbing your eyes that my eyes are itchy now. First remove the makeup, and then you should be very careful that you do not touch your eyes, and your hands should not have those particles which can go inside the eye. So be very this. Also, the kind of there's a lot of deodorants and all these they put on the face mist and everything. Close your eyes whenever you're getting a makeup done. Close your eyes so that it doesn't go inside the eye. So these are certain tips that you can use, and always use a branded. I would not say branded, but use something which is suitable to your eyes, which do not, now they are coming a lot of no animal products in this, and they're totally vegan. So there are a lot of people who are very sensitive to animal products also. So be aware of all these things when you're putting a makeup.
Right. And, I think I'll add to this tip. If you find a brand which suits your eyes, stick with it.
Right.
Because otherwise, I've realized that changing a brand, you should do an allergen test first on a tip of the eye, wait for 24 hours.
Yes.
And so that you don't suffer what I have, in a manner of speaking, suffered, So we'll just take the beauty tips a little further. And then I'll move on to something else, very important things we've got going on. This one more thing, false eyelashes are very in. And they're a little scary in a way of speaking, because that there's actually a glue which you have to use to put them on. So just a bit of a tip about false eyelashes also, Dr. Swati.
So when you're putting false eyelashes, this is just like, being adventurous. So if you want to go
but we are all adventurous people, we just
yes.
I understand, because every makeup and every other rider with colored contact lenses or false eyelashes is coming with this, that, don't do it unless
at your own
necessary.
risk.
Don't do it often, and please be alert while you do it. So let's at least make our young people alert if they are going to be doing it, so that it's a conscious decision that they are taking.
See, unless you are very well in doing your eye makeup yourself, or you're trained for putting these false lashes yourself, you should get it done. Otherwise, seek a professional person to put on this, because these glue which they put, I have seen a patient, the glue went inside, then the whole thing was like stuck onto it, and we had a tough time removing, because the glue kind of sticks like a Fevikwik inside the eye. It is so strong. So this can damage to your eye. So be very, very careful when you are actually using that glue, because you're putting that very near to the lashes, and sometimes the lashes get plugged off when you are removing the glue. So all these things are important to understand, that you are getting a professional person to putting these, or else something that you can do yourself, in a very good way you can put, but definitely they come with a element of surprise, that you can have all these accidents which could happen off and on. So we would not recommend as an ophthalmologist to put a glue over the lash and then put a false eyelash, but definitely when you're doing it, it should be either in a professional way, or use practically you should be aware that this could happen. And if this happens, if something like this happens, please consult your ophthalmologist, and don't try and take off your lashes, or don't try and pull it off the glue also, because this can injure tremendously your cornea.
डॉक्टर स्वाति, मैं ना अभी तो इन्हीं से काम चला लूंगी. मैं कई बार सोचती होती थी, मैंने कहा यार मैं ले लूं लगाऊं करके, but अब तो I think you've cured me of that. I'll just manage with this. I'm good, perfectly fine. Dr. Swati, we have discussed about the importance of eyes, and it's really, that we need to take care of them. लेकिन हम लोग बात करते हैं lifestyle changes की. ठीक है, जैसे and which are of course directly concerned with the eyes, and more importantly what we have realized it are in fact indirectly concerned with the eyes, which we don't realize that they have an effect on the eyes. जैसे आपने बोला कि भाई सिटिंग पोस्चर का बहुत ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, उसका बहुत फर्क पड़ता है हमारे आई साइट के ऊपर, स्पेशली जब हम लोग स्क्रीन टाइम पर हैं. So tell me something else, that what lifestyle changes can we start making as we are, maybe in our late 20s, 30s, so that our eyes are good at that time and also as in our advancing years. So some basic lifestyle changes, please.
So, as an ophthalmologist, and I would suggest that please do not be on your screen or your mobile phones, like using these night phones, and you suddenly switch on your phone in a dark room and you see this glare, and you kind of you are lying down and you switch on the phone and you see the sudden glare, and then you like kind of try and see whatever is possible. So please do not do this, because you should never use your
Dr. Swati, that's such a valid point, because this is something that I do in a manner of speaking, that when you wake up in the middle of the night, the room is dark, and of course the wall clock is not visible. We are still old fashioned people, so actually have a wall clock.
Yes.
So naturally what one does is he picks up the phone which is kept on the headboard or on the side table, and you look at the time there. So even that is harmful, even that little bit?
Yes. So when you're switching on the phone and immediately this burst of light which comes into your eyes in a dark room, and you squint your eyes to see, and you don't have your glasses near also, and you try and see a time or anything. So this is very harmful. So this has a lot of radiations which are coming inside the eye. You should always switch on the light of the room first, and whenever you sleep, or when you are in a night mode, or when there's an evening that sets in, when you have dim lights in your house, then try and reduce the brightness or come to a night mode, or they say that reduce the brightness and keep it in an auto mode, so that that kinds of adjust to the outside light. So a lot of smartphones have this. So it's very important that you do not use your phone late night when you're lying down in a dark room. Secondly, also another lifestyle modification is that as I said, the computer screens and the time that you take, and always be aware that you are having this sore eyes or a neck pain, because not having any eye symptom and just having a neck pain is another way of telling you that you are too much into you are kind of stooping your neck a lot, and you need to be aware of this, and you tend to adjust your computer screens, or the height of the computer screen should be at the level of your eye height, so that you don't have to look above or too much down, so which can cause you a neck pain, and above can cause you dry eyes also. So that's very important that you adjust your screen. This also, eat very healthy and drink a lot of water, because all this environment which is in the AC environment and too much on the screen tends to get your eyes and skin drier. So anything which is dry, even the skin which is dry, will ultimately cause a dryness in the eye also. So we need to stay hydrated and eat healthy, because as they say that we age, we lose a lot of oxidants in our body. So we have a lot of oxidants, that antioxidants need to be taken, so that we do not, because all these lights are damaging our retina. So we need to be aware that we do not have an age-related macular degeneration later on in our lives when we reach 70 or 80, because this is partly because of the retinal damage that is caused because of overuse of screen. So you need to be on an antioxidant or a healthy diet, I should say, and exercise your neck and shoulders, and even your sedentary lifestyle that is there with using too much of screen should also be this. Also, you should be aware of your family habits, because if you have a history of diabetes, you have history of hypertension in your family, your parents are suffering, or you have kind of dry eyes, or you have an autoimmune disorder in your family, then be aware that I may also suffer from it, though partially, or may not also, but you should always consult an ophthalmologist that you are not suffering, and you might just disregard minor symptoms of eye as being a smaller computer vision syndrome or this, and it could lead to later on a little major problem.
Dr. Swati, one question, and this has just come to me on my WhatsApp from one of my friends, that, that psychologically, of course, we feel that, meditation and closing our eyes and deep breathing really help us immediately in soothing our eyes. And do they also have long-term benefits? If you could answer this question, please.
Yes. So see, closing our eyes, even if we are meditating or not meditating, closing our eyes is a meditation to eyes. because as you are closing your mind, you're closing your body, you're not doing anything, you are actually resting your body or resting your mind. Similarly, closing your eyes is resting your eyes. Your thoughts may vary, but when you close your eyes and sit for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, then you are actually resting the eye. And it definitely is helpful because it restores your tears, or it restores your wetness of the eye. And obviously the kind of muscles that have been working too much and you get strained eyes, so it's kind of an eye meditation that closing your eyes and you sit. So, and also a lot of people rub their palms and put it on the eyes. So they say that it helps you, I'm meditating, and this is just the heat of your eyes. What it does is that when you rub your palms and put it on your eyes, the heat of the eyes, they falls on the tear layer, which kinds of melts. So it increases your wetness of the eye. So all these things are, along with the meditation you can follow, or also partly you can just, even if you're not meditating, closing of eyes would help you a lot.
It would, right? Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Swati. The conversations that we have had with you in our last session and today, of course, make it very clear that self-medication has to be avoided at all costs, right? And really respecting that and taking it further, I would like to know, but are there some general drops that, one can use? No worries, no problems, but कई बार ऐसा लगता है ना, शाम को जब घर जाके लेटते हैं तो आई क्लीन हो जाए, कुछ साफ हो जाए, ऐसे में कुछ are there some general drops we can use?
See, when we talk of journal drops, what people tend to go and buy from the market is an eye tone, gulab jal, or koi bhi Ayurvedic eye drop. There are lots of eye drops in the market. So what happens is, then when we say, okay, you can put these, then you never know, you are getting harm from these. There was this patient who was putting a Ayurvedic eye drop, and she started smelling of from her eyes, and eyes became red. And that is when she realized that she has an allergy to that drop. So it is not that we should advocate to use any kind of an eye drop which is available off the
what
counter.
Can be done is that we can go and meet our eye doctor once and ask them to prescribe us something which we can use on our bedside, even if we don't have any, what I would say, active eye disease,
Yes.
So something, there are such drops which can just kind of soothe, ease, and kind of.
So these are tear substitutes. Yeah. So they're tear substitutes which come, and we can go and to our ophthalmologist or an optician also, and we can ask them if whatever we can use, these are tear substitutes or tear drops. But beware that any drop that you're putting inside the eye has preservatives and can be allergic to your eyes. So be very vigilant when you put these drops, and this should be with a prescription.
Right. Dr. Swati, at the end of a tired day, right? And with the COVID thankfully over, we're all working in offices. So वो work from home वाला luxury तो है नहीं. ठीक है कि ऑफिस का काम खत्म किया और वहां से किचन में गए और बिस्तरे में चले गए. अब बसेस में, टू व्हीलर्स के ऊपर, कार्स में बैठ के घर जाना होता है, चला के ड्राइव करके घर जाना होता है. And that is also a strain in itself, especially driving as the sun sets. It could be you're driving west and the sun's glare is in your eyes. It could be, just the glare from the other vehicles. हमारे यहाँ तो they will not even care कि आप बिल्कुल high beam के ऊपर चला रहे हो. City के अंदर high beam की क्या जरूरत है? So how can one protect from these things when they are driving?
So see, the first and foremost important thing, that if you have a prescribed glass for distance, do wear that glass always when you drive. It is not that I'm moving an errand and I can, be off glasses. I can see everything. It should not be there, because it tends to fatigue your eyes even more, because you have to strain on the road and you have to be very careful. And it's just like being on the screen. So you have to be well aware that you have to put on your prescription glasses or any number that you have for glasses. Secondly, it is better to wear a sunglass when you are out in the sun, because it definitely protects you. These UV protection glasses, they definitely protect you, or partly kind of, protect you from the sun rays or seeing the view better. So, and they tend to fatigue your eyes even lesser. Thirdly, these are night vision driving glasses that we have. So these are yellow cut glasses. So what happens is that when you're overtly symptomatic, if you have dry eyes or if you have any kind of other eye aches, and over the period of days when you're too tired and you have those symptoms of sore eyes, then and when you drive, they kind of aggravate. So these are night driving glasses, or night drive vision glasses, as they say. And these are yellow tinted glasses which you can wear, that cuts off your light, the incoming flash of light or incoming bursting of light, and also kinds of give you a kind of soothing effect for this. So it is always better to wear a protective glass when you're driving, or simply you can also wear an anti-reflection coating glasses, which definitely helps to cut off the reflection by 10 to 20%, which again is little beneficial when you are driving after a tiring day.
Right. So you do advocate that we should, we've talked about this earlier also, that sunglasses are an immediate and absolute necessity. And वो वैसे भी है ना, गोरे गोरे मुखड़े पे काला काला चश्मा, है ना? लेकिन डॉक्टर स्वाति, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ अस बाय सनग्लासेस, वो जाके देखते हैं कि हाँ यार मैं कूल लग रही हूँ कि नहीं लग रही हूँ. हम लोग में से कितने उनका लेंस चेक करते हैं? We just go for what is stylish, what looks, what is in. वो cat eye is in, white is in,
yes,
some kind of a print is in, and we buy them, you know. So some tips on how to buy good sunglasses which will protect your eyes.
See, always you should ask your the person, the shop from where you are buying, is that how much UV protection they have, because it's marked. It's marked on the lens. They are like 40% protective. They're 60% protective. So no financial interest, but then lots of glasses which are being made, which they actually claim that they are protective, and definitely being FDA approved, they definitely are helpful. So do not go for any kind of a tinted glass unless it has a UV protection. So you can always ask your optician to give you a glass which have a UV blockade, and it comes in all colors. So it is not that if you have a brown, yeah,
style will not be compromised.
and no, yeah. So yeah, it comes in brown, green, and it comes in various shapes. So you can have those glasses, and they're readily available. It's only thing that you have to ask the optician that give me a UV protective glass.
True. I think that is something we can all remember. And Dr. Swati, I think we can now open for any questions from our audience. So in case anyone has any questions, please. Right. Okay, I think we have covered everything very exhaustively, Dr. Swati. We don't seem to be having any questions today. So on behalf of CWC, the India chapter, and Mohan Foundation, Jaipur Citizen Forum, I thank you so much for your time. And both the sessions have been wonderful with you, Dr. Swati. And I hope somewhere or the other, we have made this small impact that people will start taking care of their eyes, और अपना ध्यान रखेंगे, अपना ख्याल रखेंगे. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much. Bye. और अब मैं जो भी हमारे साथ हमारे दर्शक हैं उनसे कहूंगी कि एक छोटी सी एक्सरसाइज हमारे साथ कीजिए. डॉक्टर स्वाति, आप जुड़े रहिए. आई डोनेशन से जुड़ी हुई है तो आपके दिल के बहुत नजदीक होगी. एक बार हम सब अपनी आंखें केवल 20 सेकंड के लिए बंद करेंगे. मैं 20 तक गिनूंगी, आप लोग अपनी आंखें बंद कर लीजिए. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. बिना आंखें खोले ये सोचिए कि घर की घंटी बजी है और आपको उठ के दरवाजे तक जाना है. आंखें मत खोलिएगा. कितना हम लोग सडनली हेल्पलेस महसूस करते हैं ना. हमारा घर है, एक एक चीज हमने अपनी मर्जी से रखी हुई है. लेकिन वो दरवाजे तक पहुंचना एकदम से ऐसे लगेगा जैसे कि शायद हम लोगों को माउंट एवरेस्ट चढ़ना है और पता नहीं कितनी अड़चने हैं बीच में। सोचिए, हम लोग तो अभी, मैं 20 की गिनती पूरी कर दूंगी और आंख खोल लेंगे और उजाले की जिंदगी में आ जाएंगे, लेकिन कितने हजारों लाखों लोग ऐसे हैं जिनकी जिंदगी ही ये अंधकार है। और आपके और हमारे पास ये सुपर पावर है कि हम उनकी जिंदगी में रोशनी और उजाला कर सकते हैं, आई डोनेशन के लिए प्लेज करके। 18, 19, 20. Open your eyes into this world of joy and sunlight. And on behalf of Mohan Foundation, Jaipur Citizen Forum, my only question and my only request to you with folded hand is, let us pledge for organ donation and eye donation and give life to others. You can note down our toll-free number. It is 24/7, available in 8 languages, 7 days a week. 1800-103-7100. I am repeating the number: 1800-103-7100. ये नंबर सेव कर लीजिए, और जब कभी लगे कि आज मुझे कुछ बहुत अच्छा करना है, आज मैं दुनिया बदलूं, इस नंबर पर फोन कीजिएगा और हमारे साथ प्लेज लीजिएगा आई डोनेशन का और ऑर्गन डोनेशन का, एंड देन बिकम अ सुपर हीरो। थैंक यू सो मच। डू वी हैव अ क्वेश्चन on the YouTube? Right? Okay. So I think I'll now invite Wing Commander Kala, Managing Director, CWC India Chapter, for the vote of thanks.
थैंक यू सो मच अनिता जी, इतने बढ़िया से सेशन को कंडक्ट करने के लिए, और सारी जो मेन बातें हैं उनको डॉक्टर स्वाति के मुख से निकलवाने के लिए। डॉक्टर स्वाति जी, आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। इतने बढ़िया से आपने सभी प्रश्नों का समाधान किया हमारे दर्शकों के लिए। सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द सेशन। आई जस्ट शेयर माय स्क्रीन, गिव मी अ मिनट। Why am I not able to share screen? Just bear with me, please. Something. Why am I not able to share?
Sir, open it first. Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
एक बार फिर से आप सभी का धन्यवाद। क्रैक द वेलनेस कोड फाउंडेशन और MF JCF की तरफ से हमारे साथ आज जुड़ने के लिए थैंक यू सो मच। Key takeaways for today: we understood computer vision syndrome or CVS. We learned tips to take care of impact on our eyes due to excessive screen time, and these are as simple as 20-20-20 rule कि अगर आपने 20 मिनट स्क्रीन पे काम किया है तो 20 सेकंड के लिए एटलीस्ट लुक एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ 20 फीट। इतना आसान है फॉलो करना। अपनी आंखों को ब्लिंक करते रहिए थोड़ी थोड़ी देर के अंदर, और जहां तक पॉसिबल हो सके वर्क इन एम्बिएंट लाइट। We also learned some beauty tips for our female audience, and then we learned eye-friendly smart tips to use smartphones. These are as simple as switch on lights before looking at screen in dark, because sudden glare can impact your eyes. So thank you so much, Swati ji, for giving us these simple tips. अनिता जी ने बात करी टिश्यू डोनेशन के लिए, आई डोनेशन के लिए, उन्होंने नंबर भी दिया, मैं फिर से रिपीट करूंगा, ये नंबर 1800-103-7100, आप सातों दिन 24 घंटे कभी भी इसको कॉल कर सकते हैं और ये 8 भाषाओं के अंदर उपलब्ध है। Our next program is on financial wellness. इसमें हम कवर करेंगे कि फाइनेंशियल वेलनेस होती क्या है और इसको हम कैसे करते हैं। संडे 5th of February at time same 11 a.m. Our expert will be Dr. Jain. Volunteering opportunities at My Crack the Wellness Code Foundation. We are located at D7 Bakshi Bhavan New Colony near Panchvati, Jaipur. We provide opportunity for internship as also volunteer work. So if you are interested in wellness, you want to work with team members in India and US, you want to contribute for social welfare, you want to share your wellness story, do call us 73399-51157 or write to us at info@thewellnesscode.org. We look forward to your mails and messages. We would like to thank our partners, IHMR University and IIS University, who are our strategic knowledge partners. Then we have community partners. We are really thankful to all of them. We have area development partners, corporate wellness partners, NGO partners, and wellness partners in CK Birla Hospital. Our pro bono partners who help us with our technical issue management, with our legal issue management, with accounts management. We are thankful to all of them. Thank you so much for helping us out. Team of doctors, Dr. Sudhir Bandari ji or Dr. Sheila Nambiar ji, जो कि हमारे advisors हैं. And then we have co-chairs, Dr. Co-chairs and Dr. Sunil Jain, Dr. Rashmi Jain and Dr. Chabi Mehra. Thank you so much, all the doctors. Our core team and advisors, Sarminder Multani, Adi Gurudas ji, Jitendra Gautam ji और Arshi Jain ji. Our ambassadors in Mahavir Pratap Sharma ji, Neeta Bhuchra ji and Major General CP साहब, आपका बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद. Management team, our founder and chairperson, Mr. Naren Bakshi, मैं कमांडर विद्याकांत काला, साथ में शरद कामरा जी, तुषार गर्ग जी, अमरदीन जी और मोहम्मद अजहरुद्दीन जी. Our mantra to remember, so far we used to hear, we are what we eat. New mantra to remember is, we are what we eat, metabolize, absorb, and detox. आज हमने डॉक्टर स्वाति से भी सुना कि न्यूट्रिशन भी हमारी आइज के लिए कितना जरूरी है. So please, उस पर भी ध्यान दें अपना थोड़ा सा. As I said, our next program, what is and how to ensure financial wellness, Sunday 5 February 11 बजे, and our expert is Dr. Jain. Correction is Mr. Jain is a MBA professional. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. We are available on all these platforms. एक बार फिर से My Crack the Wellness Code Foundation और MFJCF की तरफ से आप सबका बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद ज्वाइन करने के लिए. अपना स्नेह ऐसे बनाए रखिए. धन्यवाद. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.